The royal palace was a place of grandeur and opulence, filled with priceless artwork, sparkling chandeliers, and finely crafted furniture. As a servant in the palace, I was used to the luxury, but I also knew that there were a darker side to the world behind the crown. One day, while carrying out my duties, I overheard a conversation between two of the queen ladies in waiting. They were speaking in hushed tones, but I was able to catch the synapse of their conversation. They were discussing the Queen's health, which had been deteriorating in recent months. They spoke of her coughing fits and her exhaustion and her inability to perform her duties as she used to. But what caught my attention was when one of the ladies mentioned a secret room in the palace where the Queen had been spending much of her time. They whispered that the room was forbidden to all but a select few, and even the king was not allowed to enter. I knew that I had to investigate. That night, while the palace was asleep, I made my way through the maze of hallways and corridors, searching for the secret room. After several false starts, I finally found it. The door was heavy and ornately carved, with lock that looked ancient. I hesitated for a moment, wondering if I should turn back, but my curiosity got the better of me and I pushed the door open. The room was dark and musty, with a single candle burning on a table in the center, and there, lying on a bed, was the Queen. She was pale and weak, her breathing labored. I knew that the rumors were true. The Queen was gravely ill, and her condition was being kept secret from the rest of the palace and the public. As I stood there, contemplating what to do, I heard the footsteps approaching. I quickly extinguished the candle and slipped out of the room unnoticed. Over the coming days, I observed the comings and goings of the palace staff and the royal family. Finally, I found my opportunity to speak out. I approached the king and told him everything I knew. At first, he was skeptical, but as I recounted the details, he began to see that I was telling the truth. He called for his advisors and physicians, and together they devised a plan to care for the Queen and inform the public for her condition. In the end, the Queen made a full recovery, and the palace was forced to acknowledge the truth behind the crown. It was a lesson to all of us that even the most powerful and privileged among us are still human, with weaknesses and vulnerabilities that can't be hidden forever.